Welcome to Writing Your Research Paper. This is Part 4, Drafting Your Research Paper. I'm Jean Reynolds. In previous presentations, you've learned some important research paper skills: how to research a topic, write a thesis, and create an outline. Now you're ready for the next step, drafting your research paper. Before we begin, here's an important point to remember. Follow your instructor's directions exactly. Some instructors have special requirements for their research assignments. The instructions in this presentation will work for most research papers. The topic we've chosen is ragtime, the unique African American music that created a sensation from 1895 to 1915. Here's the thesis: Ragtime Changed American History. The key word is changed. This sample research paper explores 3 ways that ragtime changed America. Here's the outline. First, ragtime was the first distinctly American musical style. Second, it brought black and white musicians together right from the beginning. Most important, it turned America into a world musical leader. Notice that the most important supporting idea comes last. It's in bold. Here it is. Ragtime's most important achievement was to turn America from a musical follower into a world leader. If you're not sure of your outline, talk to your instructor or a librarian, please. Now let's look at the parts of a research paper: the introduction, the middle, which is supporting ideas plus examples and details, the conclusion, which is a paragraph that wraps up the paper, and a works cited page, which you'll learn more about in Part 5. All right, let's talk about writing your introduction. It's the first paragraph in your research paper, and it should include an attention grabber, background information, a quotation or statistics about the importance of your topic, and your thesis, which is the main point you'll be making. Your attention grabber can be a surprising fact, a startling statistic, or an interesting story. If you have a lot of background, you can use 2 paragraphs for your introduction. Here's the introduction to the ragtime research paper. Let's see how it's put together. Here in bold is the attention getter. It's a brief story about Scott Joplin. The next part in bold is the background, which is information about ragtime to help readers understand what you're writing about. Next, in bold, is a quotation about ragtime from an expert, Edward Berlin. Here's the thesis, again it's in bold, which is the central point the paper is making, that ragtime changed American musical history. You'll remember that the thesis is the sentence that does the heavy lifting in your research paper. The rest of the research paper will consist of ideas, examples, and details that support this thesis. The introduction also includes, again in bold, a quotation about the importance of ragtime from an expert. The entire introduction should fit on the first page of your research paper. Now it's time to write the supporting ideas. We'll look at them one at a time. There will be several paragraphs about each one: the first supporting idea, second supporting idea, and most important supporting idea. Here's the first supporting idea. It's in blue. It explains one way that ragtime changed America. Thanks to ragtime's fusion of black rhythms and traditional European musical forms, it became the first distinctively American musical style. The citation in parentheses is the source of the quotation. We'll talk about citations and sources in Part 5. Notice there are several paragraphs explaining what was distinctively American about ragtime music. Now we can go on to the second supporting idea. Again, it's in blue. It's another way that ragtime changed America, by bringing the races together. Although ragtime traces its origins to African American rhythms, it brought black and white musicians together right from the beginning. Notice there are several paragraphs about black and white ragtime musicians working together. And now we come to the most important supporting idea. Again, it's in blue. This is the biggest change wrought by ragtime. Ragtime's most important achievement was to turn America from a musical follower into a world leader. It's supported by several paragraphs with examples and facts. We'll finish the research paper with a conclusion. This is a paragraph at the end that ties up and closes down the research paper. This is the time to shut down your paper. Don't put anything new in your conclusion. It's time to wrap up your paper. A common mistake is saving the main point for the very end. Remember, the main point or thesis belongs on the first page. You can read the entire ragtime paper free at ragtimeresearchpaper.com. Please take a few minutes to do that. You'll see how it's organized and how all the parts work together. There's one more important point. Writing is a messy process. When you're writing your research paper, give yourself plenty of time to revise. Although my finished research paper about ragtime looks tidy, there were many deletions and start-overs during the drafting process. Be sure to watch all the parts in the Writing Your Research Paper series at researchpapersteps.com. If you'd like to sharpen your writing skills, may I suggest my own book, What Your English Teacher Didn't Tell You. It's available at amazon.com. And be sure to visit writewithjean.com to learn more about the writing process. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching.